how are you feeling now? You had a cup of tea? You been to the toilet? Good. I'm trying to keep these video clips to about 5 to 7 minutes. I know you haven't got time to sit around all day looking at videos, watching me spout on, but so I'm trying to keep them short, so you can go away and do whatever you want to do and come back to them. A bit like a serial, Coronation Street or something like that. Just short clips. Now, today I want to talk about guns. That's right, guns. You know what guns are? They're pieces of metal that fire bullets to kill people and animals. That's what they do. They're killers. I was first introduced to guns in many years ago when I was 16 years of age. We were on a farm. My father had just gone on to a high country farm, and there was a lot of deer and pigs on the farm. And one of the boys that worked there on the farm had guns. He had rifles and guns, 303 rifles, and he taught me how to go deer stalking and pig hunting. And I used to catch these pigs, go and chase the pigs and shoot them or grab hold of them with the dogs and stick them with the knife in their throat and watch them bleed to death and all that sort of gory stuff, you know. And one day we were going deer stalking, and I walked up the hill, and there was a deer coming towards us with a little fawn in its foot. And they saw us, you see, and they took fright, and they ran up the hill, and as they were going over the hill, I lifted up my rifle, my 303 rifle, and I fired a shot. We went up the top of the hill, and sure enough, I'd hit the deer, the mother deer, in the back of the head with my bullet, and it had killed her instantly. And then I heard a bleating sound, and I looked out amongst the thistles, and here was this little baby fawn. It run away and then come back looking for its mother. It must have been running along and all of a sudden decided its mother wasn't there, so it come back looking for it. And it was crying. And when my mate wanted to shoot it, and I said, no, we're not shooting it. It's a little baby deer. So anyway, it ran away into the bush, crying. Well, that night I couldn't sleep, wondering what would happen to that little deer. I had shot its mother, taken away its mother. How would it survive? How would it survive all these years, the rest of its life, in a bush with no mother? So for several days I fretted and worried about this thing. Now, then I learnt about the law of attraction. The law of attraction says, whatever you do, that's what will come back to you. So one day, a friend of mine said to me, can I come and stay on the farm? I said, yes, you can come and stay on the farm with us for the weekend, but make sure you bring a rifle. So he bought a .22 rifle with him. And I was using the .22 rifle for target practice, and I would put tins up on a gate and shoot the tins off with this .22 rifle. And we were doing it outside the house. And my mother called us in, there was 4 or 5 of us boys. My mother called us in for lunch, went in for lunch, and I was the first to eat my lunch. And I rushed outside and I grabbed the .22 rifle and I went behind a tank stand. There was a tank stand outside our house, and I went behind the tank stand to lean my elbow on the tank stand so I could get a decent shot at these tins on the fence. And I pulled the trigger, and as I pulled the trigger there was a flop in front of me. And I looked down, it was my little brother. My little 11-year-old brother. I had shot him through the side of the head with a .22 rifle and killed him. How do you think I felt? How do you think I felt? For years I had to live with that. The police came, they said it was an accident. But I had to live with the guilt. It wasn't an accident. I was bloody careless with a .22 rifle. Sure, I was only 16, but I should have known better. And I killed my young brother by being careless with a .22 rifle. I've never liked guns ever since. So I'm going to tell you now what happened later. So you go away and have another cup of tea and come back and we'll share some more about these guns and what they can do to people.